What's up, y'all? Welcome to another video on the channel. Hey, I normally don't talk about politics, but being that I am a trader, there are some things that I do have to watch, right? So right now, I'm currently watching Scott Bessent testify to Congress about some of the things like the Republican big bill, whatever the hell it is, right? I'm not following up with actively what's happening in politics, but because this is potentially a major event, he's going to be talking about some stuff. It's going to move the markets. I'm watching it. And something that I need to comment on right now is how unprofessional it is right now. Okay. So just watching it, this is one of the first times that I've ever seen Congress themselves, and it could be because I don't watch these types of things. Okay, I maybe like peek in there for a little bit and then hop out. But I've been watching this for the past 30 minutes to an hour from the last time we recorded this video, like recorded our previous video for the weekly update, right? And the unprofessionalism that the Democrats are showing is got to be one of the most craziest things that we've ever seen. Like to the point to where this Democrat, I'm not going to name the person, but it is a female. They went out of their way to say, don't talk over me. And I know you're like used to that because I'm a woman and stuff like that. And everybody in the crowd is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, this entire time, they have been not actually, for one, proposing anything that makes sense, nor have they been giving any constructive criticism, nor have they been trying to actually get somewhere with their questioning. Like, they'll ask a question, yeah, but then they want to lock the man in to either being a yes or no situation. And if you understand anything, that's like a box, and nobody wants to be put in a box. Okay, so when it comes down to answering questions, if you want to have the full truth be out there, you can't just simplify it with a yes and no. It's like asking any type of question around a serious topic. You never want to answer with a yes or no answer simply because it's too vague. You know, you could say yes and then it verify everything that person is saying, but what if some of it is true? What if most of it is not true? What if there are parts that are true? You know, so that I can see how they're attempting to paint this man out as a bad person, paint the bill out as a bad person. And the only thing that I see is a lot of, I'd say, financial unrest that's going to eventually end up happening just because of the amount of opposing factors that we have within Congress. And mind you, I don't know anything about Congress. I don't follow politics. I don't care who's in office. I don't care about Republicans, Democrats. But one thing that I can see just from looking at this as someone who follows financial news and follows finances, that the Republicans are actually looking to have a solution. They're looking to have an amicable conversation. They're actually looking for like solutions, as opposed to the Democrats that are just literally just spewing out stuff. Like they're just like, fuck you. That's kind of what I hear. It's like, fuck you. Like there's nothing else that I hear besides fuck you. You know, like, sorry to be saying it a bunch of times, but that's essentially every time it switches to a Democrat. I kid you not, it sounds the exact same every time. Now, I don't know if I can put up any clips of what happened. I'm sure this is going to be something that may or may not hit like Forbes breaking news or something like that. But I'm watching Bloomberg, and as you guys know, I do promote Bloomberg. I'm not sponsored by them at all. You can see the size of the channel. We're a small channel. I watch Bloomberg because I have a Samsung TV. It comes with it for free. So it's, you know, it's ideal for me to just put it up on the screen, walk around before I hop on a stream, or if I just recorded a video, you know, I'm watching Bloomberg. And if I'm not watching anime, of course, I love anime. But just seeing this, it is one of the craziest things that I have ever seen. That's really what I wanted to come on and say, is just because it's like, this is so unprofessional. The way the Democrats are handling this is got to be one of the most unprofessional things ever. And you have to look at it from the perspective of they're trying to portray themselves to the American people, which is wild. This is going to the mass majority of people, especially in a time right now where there's a bunch of riots, there's just a bunch of things just going on right now. It just looks like they're trying to stir up something, make some type of controversy or anything besides helping their own people. So this was going to be like, this is like a short, concise little debrief on what was happening in the little testify thing. And this is completely something that I did not think that I was going to be doing, but it just started getting a little bit out of hand. Like, if you have time, make sure you do, like, go and watch it, like the full testify or testimony, whatever the hell you want to call it. Watch the entire thing and see the major difference between Republican and Democrat when they're asking questions. Like, I don't care who they are. I don't care what Republican stands for or what Democrat stands for. I could care less, right? But just looking at things from a person perspective, meaning like, how do I treat people? You know, for one, I treat everybody with respect. You dig? Like, I'm gonna talk to you as a man, and we're gonna have a professional conversation. They're not having professional conversations, and I think this one Republican right now that's on, he's being a little bit, you know, boisterous with what he's saying, but I can't tell because I have it muted so I can make this video. But just, you know, looking at it, I was just like, dang, man, this is crazy, to the point to where they're grilling this man for no reason, dude. Like, when you look at it, this was supposed to happen. Like, from the data, especially if you've been in trading, bro, you've known that this was going to happen eventually. From the previous administration, we already knew, hey, it's getting treacherous. So if somebody were to come fix it, you got to understand the US dollar is going to lose strength. That's just what it is. You feel me? There's going to be higher unemployment. That's just what it is. Prices are going to go up. That's just what it is, because of the previous administration's faults. And like I said, I'm not into politics. I could care less who gets elected. All I do is interpret the data, make moves on the data. That's it. So I just wanted to, you know, I don't know, you know, just, you know, hop in, chime in, say something. Because, you know, just texting the chat and, you know, texting my homies about it, especially people who don't trade, it really doesn't hit the same. And I know everybody who's on this channel with me right now, you all are traders, or at least aspiring to be traders. So it kind of does feel like I'm talking to the right people. And I think that's kind of what I want to do on this channel, you know, like, be more focused on talking to the right people, because that, I mean, it feels good to have other people in the same space as me. And, you know, we're talking about similar topics in our space. So if you're one of those people, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe, turn on post notifications, and stay tuned for my next video. Peace.